the side of the Grand Island side of the banks of the river there and being swept over the falls in an effort to get away from these machines. The bridges were destroyed despite the facts that that little of the population of the island was able to get off the battle. You have something for me, Dan? You have something for me? What have you got?
Yeah, Jeffy.
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Jeffy, look at the teletype, the Dunkirk teletype. Look what's coming in on that teletype.
All right, let me get the mic over there. Let me just move this mic over here for a second. I have a report coming in. Apparently, there's an open line from Dunkirk on the UPI machine. The fellows have done a tremendous job tonight keeping us up to date on what's going around. I am the last man in the city. This must be from the UPI operator there in Dunkirk. Everyone seems to have fled the city, and they are gone or they are dead from the gas or have been crushed. They are coming closer now and heading toward me. They're very close now. I can't make it out. It's getting garbled again. There it is. They're getting ready. The message is ended. It comes from a UPI operator in Dunkirk. Hold on just a moment.
Hey, Jeff, Herb's on a two-way radio.
Okay, thanks, Norm. Ladies and gentlemen, one moment, please. We're getting a report from Herb Weinstein on the two-way radio. Hold on, please.
Herb Weinstein, the base station. Anyone read me?
Yeah, Herb, this is Jeff Kay. Am I glad to hear your voice? Where are you now?
Jeff, I'm up on top of City Hall at the Communications Center. It's very eerie. The whole place is completely deserted. People apparently took off quite a while ago, and it's really a mess.
Yeah, I can well understand. There's only two people here at the studio left, just myself and Norm Schrud, and he's heading home to his family, and you and I are it. You're the last guy out in the field. The rest of the guys, both TV units are dead, and both the radio units have been knocked off. What's your status? You know what? Have you got a match? I'm looking for a match for 30 minutes for this lousy cigarette, and I can't find one.
We got real problems. Listen, I hope my guys are all right. I hope it's only a communications problem. Have you heard anything from them at all?
Nothing at all, Herb. Nothing at all. Not since the battle at Grand Island. I know Lancer and Fagan are both dead, and I got to assume that the rest of the crew is gone too.
Jeff, I tried to get to the island, but it's just impossible. It's just an impossible situation. You just cannot move. People are desperately trying to get out of the city. I don't think they quite know why they're leaving or where they hope to go.
Information to the studio here with the teletypes and the phones and all that has been very, very sketchy, Herb, at this point. We do know that the Grand Island bridges have both been blown in an effort to keep the Martian machines on the island that landed there on the island, but they were able to ford the river. We're getting just bulletins from all over the place. I understand that ships off the west coast of the U.S. have been diverted to coastal ports in Washington, Oregon, and California to take refugees off. They're abandoning the towns, Los Angeles and San Francisco, and there have been no sightings out there yet. It seems as only the East Coast has been hit. Can you see anything from where you're at?
Yeah, I can get a pretty good view of the area from here. As I look down on all the main arteries of the city, as I say, it's just one big mass traffic jam, and nothing is going anywhere. And the cars are just standing still. It's almost like looking down on one of these toy cities. There's nothing moving. It's eerie. That's all I can say about it.
I know what you mean. We just received a report. We got a report a few minutes ago from Dunkirk, which from the top of the building you might be able to get a look at because these things are awfully high. From Dunkirk, there's supposed to be a couple of machines there. East Aurora has been abandoned and is occupied, as I understand it, by Martians. And it looks like you and I are the last two news guys that are moving right now. Can you move that mobile unit at all? Can you get back into it, move it around?
Oh, can't move at all. Frankly, I was lucky to be able to get out here and get up here. Wait a minute. I hear something. I'm not quite sure what it is. Wait a minute, hold on.
I can hear the sound too, Herb. We've been listening to it all night long. It's the machine. We understand that in addition to all the confusion that the refugees are causing, that they've been knocking off communications. But one of the interesting things about this is that they haven't been knocking down houses if they can possibly avoid it. I don't know what they're trying to accomplish.
Apparently they're more interested in knocking out communications and power systems. Jeff, do me a favor, will you?
Yeah, go ahead.
Call my wife and tell her I'm okay, would you please?
Will do, as soon as I can. Will do.
There's something going on out on the lake. I see some flashing lights. I can't quite make out what it is. Jeff, as I look down on the southern part of the area from here, the city of Lackawanna is completely blacked out now. Apparently all the power in that area is knocked out. The only thing I can see are what appear to be tremendous explosions in the area of the Bethlehem Steel Company plant.
Roger, understand. We've been getting very little here in the past few minutes. The communications are just in complete and utter chaos. The teletype machines, you can hear them behind me, they're chattering away, but they're not printing anything. The printers are just sitting there, just kind of rocking back and forth, but not putting anything out but total gibberish. The phone lines, it's almost impossible to keep up with them. I've just given up answering them. I have a sighting of a machine that's about 6 blocks from the station right now in Delaware Park. You have anything in view there?
Jeff, things are pretty much as they were, except that now there is no sound at all. Everything is just deathly quiet. Nothing is moving. Nothing is happening. I still hear that weird sound apparently emanating from the machines. I think I can make them out. Now they appear to be
a
approaching the city.
dramatization of H.G. Wells' War of the Worlds. This is a dramatization on WKBW 1520 Buffalo.
Proven virtually totally ineffective. You might keep an eye out because I know that there are some in the area.
Yeah, I've seen some Air Guard planes, F-100s in the area, but understandably they are approaching extremely cautiously.
What about the refugees? Are they making any headway getting them out? The city appears to be totally circled by these machines, and they're ripping up the communications and punching huge holes in the major arteries in the roads. It doesn't appear as though many people are able to move their automobiles, and those that are not able to move their cars are abandoning them, and further adding to the congestion. Is there any movement below you that you can notice?
Absolutely no movement whatever, and this is what puzzles me. The cars are stopped. I would have thought that people would have gotten out of the cars and tried to make it away on foot, but absolutely nothing is moving. There appears to be a gaseous kind of material spreading out over the cars. I'm not quite sure what it is.
That probably is gas, and it's very, very lethal gas. It was reported to hug the ground very, very closely. They used it up at the Battle of Grand Island when they forded the river there. That's how Lancer fought it, and John Irving too. You want to be careful and stay high if you can, because that stuff stays close to the ground unless the wind lofts it up.
Jeff, they're coming on. I can see them now. I can see them now, Jeff. There are maybe 50, 100, 1,000. I really can't tell from here. The Air National Guard planes are trying to get in on them, but apparently they're being picked off by laser beams. The planes are just exploding in midair. They've started to move. They've started to move into the downtown area. I can see one coming in off the area of the thruway. Jeff, they are moving fast.
Yeah, they move very rapidly.
Unbelievable. This thing is maybe 50 feet high. A huge steel body and long legs, almost goose stepping. There's one. I can look right down on it right now in Niagara Square.
It's in Niagara Square right now. That's it.
Right. Yeah. Check.
All right. Be very careful. Can you give me a good description?
Jeff, it's extremely difficult to describe this thing. It's like nothing I've ever seen. Wait a minute.
Irv, are you there? Irv?
Jeff, it has just knocked the communication towers off the telephone building.
Irv, be very, very careful now. They've been after communications all night. That's what they've been destroying all the way down the line. You're in the communications center there for the county in the city hall there. You better get out of there as quickly as you can.
That's all right. I'll be all right. I just want to say, Jeff, it's turning my way.
Irv, can you hear me? KK to 393. KK393 to KH2586. Can you hear me? Irv, can you hear me?
Oh, Irv, please, Irv, answer me, Irv! Oh, even this thing has gone dead. Weinstein is out, and I'm out, and I guess I'm the only one. KB News. You want to talk to who? I want to talk to Irv Weinstein. He's dead. Is anybody else in this building? What am I going to do? The only one left. I wonder if anybody's listening. I wonder if anybody's got a radio.